Do, 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 do. And hello again, everyone. I'm your host, Monsieur Shaw. Hello. So let's talk. Let's talk. I'll just sit here and wait. See who comes on. So it's working on Facebook. And let me check YouTube. One moment. Do, 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 do. Oh, and we're live on YouTube too. How about that? Yes. I like this OBS software. Here, let me fix my Windows settings. Oops, so much for my screen refresh. So, how is everybody doing out there? Good? I'm good. Yes, so apparently Bell does this thing that talk about mental health, how it affects everyone, and it's important to take care of yourself. Yes, indeed. Hang on. Okay, that's muted. Okay. Yes, it's important to take care of your health, mentally and physically, but mentally first, because what use is a body if the mind isn't there to walk through life and the different things you got to go through that are difficult and stressing you out? And believe me, I have had my share of walks through life with things stressing me out. So I'm still here. Yep, still here, still doing it, time and time again. And it's all, of course, due to how I perceive life and how I look to seek the truth. Because once you know the truth, then you remove most of the cognitive dissonance from your life. The things that cause friction in your life seem to just evaporate and go away. And it takes some time and willpower to do it, but where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, where there's a will, there's a way. So call 1-800-847-7820. Lines are open and available 24/7. I might not answer during most of those 24, but guaranteed you'll get an answer during one of those 7, right? So, play it fair because, of course, I got to sleep. So it's only me answering the phone. Anybody watching? Oh, this is on YouTube, though. See? This is nice. See? Streaming on YouTube. And then, oh, and the show's BalMédia-TV. I like that. Boom, 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 boom. And then here on Facebook, let's see. Anything? What if I do this? More options. Copy. Hang on a second, folks. I gotta handle a text. What's this? Oh, hang on. I gotta mute that. Well, I'll play it, I guess. Hang on, I gotta do my little comment. There. Isn't this nice? I have all you guys there on Facebook and on YouTube. Plus, got the fam on the phone, and we can talk about things. And I got lots of things to talk about. Yeah, I do. I really do. Might take me some time to get warmed up, but uh, lots going on in the world today, lately. Lots of big changes have been happening, and a lot of people all worried about what's going on, and losing their jobs and going through transition. You got kids, got to put bread on the table for the family, things like that. And I know how tough it is because I've gone through it. I've lost my job a few times. I've had, to keep bills going and food on the table for the kids and all that. And you do what you got to do. Whoops. A little clumsy sometimes. Yeah, and it's not easy. The older you get, stress, and then worries, anxieties, body wears down, things happen. It's never a smooth path, and it's always like that for everyone because just how we were made. We have to go through trials in life, and we got to figure it out. And it helps to remember the things that work, so that you don't have to keep repeating the same mistakes all the time. Once you get to a point where, oh yeah, I've gone through this part in my life before, okay, and it used to stress me out, and now it doesn't stress me out so much no more. That's because you've learned to adapt, and the key word is adapt. Because if you don't adapt, you don't survive. You don't survive. No, you go, and I don't want you to go. You shouldn't have to go. Look, might not look like it, but I've lost pretty much everything that you would consider important for your life. I've lost it. Family, kids, jobs, money, houses, loves, talent. Lost patience. But then you learn to gain patience once you have the right perspective in life, because it's all about having the right perspective in life. And a lot of people turn to the wrong places and to the wrong people to figure out how to get by in life. And that's the number one cause of anxiety and mental stress and disorders in the world today. That's right. It's because you've lost your focus on what is important for you to do every time you open your eyes in the morning. And between that time and the time you go to bed and you close your eyes at night, there's a lot of information that you've probably missed that you weren't paying attention to. And if you don't get sleep, then those scenarios never get worked out in your night sleep, and you end up stressed out, taking pills, giving up on a lot of things in life, losing interest of everything, whatever it could be, shopping, eating, going out, hanging with friends, and then people be saying, "Oh, that person's changed. They're not the same like they used to be back in the good old days, or just a couple weeks ago. What happened? What happened? Oh, they must be bipolar. Oh, they probably need to be on some kind of medication. Oh, yeah. I've heard it all, seen it all, and gone through it all, survived it all, lived to talk about it all." That's right, because there are lots of people that go through it, but then they for whatever reason, they give up. They end their life. They deep end. Whatever it could be, drugs, sex. Stealing. whatever. The human mind, there's lots of places where it can go when it's happy and when it's not feeling okay, but there's actually a roadmap to how people feed their cravings and their anxieties when they're not, mentally focused or balanced. But I don't know. Some people, you put the answer right in front of them. You tell them, okay, well, what's the problem? I'm having all these problems in life, and this. Now my wife left me, job isn't working, and okay, well, what's your problem? Well, I keep doing for people, and I keep, they're never satisfied with all I do. I run up and down, and I do this, and I do that. And, okay. And then they wear themselves out and worry because people aren't taking care of them like they are taking care of people, and they're trying to project something that they're not getting. I don't know, something like that. And then, of course, people go to work, and then they're not going to focus on their job, and then the boss is going to get on their nerves and tell them, you're not performing right, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're falling asleep, you're missing this, you're missing that. Sorry, sir, but my wife left me, or my child died, or my parent, or I found out I have a disease of some kind, and it's not going away, and I'm not sleeping. And so, what do you want? Prescription, time off, vacation, pills. Then what do you do with that time when you're out there wondering how you're going to fix your life? And you keep going, maybe I'll go to a church. Well, that doesn't work. Maybe I'll talk to a psychologist. That doesn't work. Maybe I'll go on a beach and, I don't know, sit my feet in sand and feel the warm water and drink pina coladas and get toasty drunk and all that stuff, and come home and you're still not happy. I got a bunch of money in the bank, I got a bunch of money in my pocket, but I'm still depressed because life ain't working out. My business partner, he robbed me, my girlfriend was cheating on me, and all they want is my money, or all they want to take. So you lose trust in people, and all the other stuff that goes along with depressive acts. Believe me, I've seen it all, done it all, been through it all, survived it all. And it's, I'm 50, well, pushing 51 in a couple months. But I've never gone to bed or woken up thinking that tomorrow could be my last day. See that? So you see, well, why could I think that with securities? Because I did my research, I took my time and thought it out and did what I have to do to weigh the evidence to see whether what I read or heard is true or not. And when you have that assurance, then you can put that anxiety or fear to rest, right? Right. So that's the goal in life, is to, one by one, knock out all those fears and anxieties that cause you irritation, and then you'll see you'll have a much more calmer, balanced life. Your mental health will be in tip-top shape, and no longer will you be worried about your health issues or any problems to that nature, because believe me, I have health problems. Yeah, I do. I have failing eyesight, so my eyesight is going. Yeah, I have nerve damage in my left side. So things that used to come naturally to me for now take a little bit more time. But it's actually gotten better than it has. I no longer have that pain that I was constantly having for 2, 3 years, 4 years maybe. Yeah, that sciatic nerve. Ooh, oh boy, yeah. Nope, gone. It's been 2, 3 months now. Gone. Yeah. But that's it, and it's about, okay, well, your body, number one, your body is made to regenerate itself and heal itself and make itself better, so long as the environment that you're in is neutral and helps to, make the healing go better. And the environment isn't just, being in a different space, like, a different room or place in the house or a vacation somewhere, some part of the world. Oh, the environment is also up in your head, and it's also in your genes, because you and I and everybody is a product of genes that were passed on to our predecessors, and this goes back several generations, and we carry a lot of physical and emotional burdens that were passed on to us without realizing it. Mm-hmm. So that's right. Sometimes a lot of those actions that you're doing, those behaviors that you're doing that you find annoying or displeasing to you, are as a result of some past relative of yours that, well, the genes fit, the environment fits, so it carries on, right? So there's ways to stop that. And again, it's all about finding the truths in your life and sticking with them, and everything else, you don't have to worry about the negatives. As long as you focus on the one good thing, then everything else falls away. Right? Right. I could say this with confidence, because in my 50 years of experience on this planet, I've learned quite a bit. I went to school, regular school like everybody else. Well, public regular school. If you want to call Riverdale a regular school, then okay. But 1982 to 87, we saw it differently. So yeah, educated in the system, learned everything that most of you do to do your jobs, whatever it is in life. And then, of course, you realize there were questions that remained unanswered back then that are still unanswered now. And it's like a thorn in your side, step on a thorn, it's in your foot, and you got to get it out. So I just had to figure out, what is this thing that keeps bothering me about why certain answers you can't get from people no matter how hard you try. And had to do a whole lot of unlearning about what I thought how this world works, because the reason for many of my illnesses was buying into how this world works as taught and told by the people you see on TV or at your job or in your family. It's pervasive and it's everywhere, because that's the society that we've built over the past 400 years. 400 years, is it? 400 years since this side of the continent, right? Yeah, and interestingly, I've been doing a lot of research in ancient history. They've always, people have always said, oops, gotta watch that bottle. Can't knock it down or I'll get in trouble. People always said, oh, the answers to the future or to your present are in the past. If you learn from your past mistakes, if you learn from the past, then you'll find whatever answer to problem you're having now. So what I've learned about our past is that we're no different today than we were, say, in Roman times, at the time of the Roman period, or the time of the ancient Greeks, or even before that, thousands of years before that. Not hundreds of thousands, by the way. I used to think that, but then certain truths became apparent, and it was like, oh, well, radiometric dating. carbon-14 dating. See? And you find out that that's not accurate and you can't really use that, then you have to put into question every time they say, oh, we found something that's 10,000 years old or 50,000 years old or a couple million years old. Sorry, but there are too many unanswered questions when you're trying to figure out the age and date of something just by guessing how much carbon-14 decay there was in the material, because you don't know how much there was there in the beginning when that thing was deposited, and you don't know a lot of things about what you find digging out in the dirt to date it, right, by that standard. You can find other things by digging in the dirt, right? You can find traces of how people lived and how people developed over time. That you can measure. But the actual age of it, you can't do it with scientific methods. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. Scientific method is good for many other things, but for dating specimens to go back hundreds of thousands to millions of years on this planet just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And that's the thing, when you realize that you've been lied to. Okay, think about it like as a relationship with someone, right? We all need relationships, right? We're all in relationships of some kind with someone or some entity. Like, you go to work, you have a relationship with your employer and your co-workers to work in harmony, right? And you expect that you be taken care of and you take care of others, because that's what we do in relationships, right? Then when things get abusive, that's when you gotta, take a step back. Right? Don't jump in there. Don't be a sicko. None of this. Oh yeah, abuse. Oh yeah, I'm fit for that. I could take it and I could dish it out. No. No, you can't, because until you understand why you have the mindset you do to think like that, then you're in no position to help yourself out. Okay, you're just going to keep repeating your problems, and you end up, here, look, recognizing the signs of stress. They're fear and anxiety about worry about your own health and the health of your loved ones. Okay, changes in sleep and eating patterns. Oh, well, like I said, if you can't recognize the signs, you're going to still repeat the problems over and over. So when you realize that you've been lied to by a big thing, then you lose. Well, maybe saying lied to is harsh. I could say when you learn that you've been misinformed about something that was a necessary understanding for you to survive, different way of putting it, then you have to adapt and change differently if you want to avoid trouble that causes you pain and misery down the road. So, when you learn, for example, that certain scientific methods are no longer valid and can't be trusted, you stop using it. You longer, whatever the expert says, don't matter. You do the math, you work out, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The logic doesn't work. Don't argue it, okay? So, the age of the earth, the age of civilizations, because when you realize where we came from and what we had to get through to get here, you take on a whole different perspective on your daily life by appreciating what you have and what you shouldn't have, right? Time for self-reflection is something that people don't usually do because they're rushed having to take care of life. But you can't take care of life if you're not taking care of yourself. Take time out. Doesn't matter if people are saying, oh, he's not on Facebook, or he's not talkative, or he disappeared, or what. No, don't listen to what other people say. Take time out for yourself, even if you're not talking to anybody for a while, doesn't matter because you got to focus on you. And you say to yourself, okay, I'm in control of my actions. And right now, my first action is to calm myself down by breathing. So I'm going to just close my eyes and take long, deep breaths and not think about anything at all until I feel that my heart rate, and you'll no longer feel the pounding in your chest or the shaking in your hands, to be able to think. Because when you're stressed, when have anxiety, you have loss of blood circulation up to your brain, and you need your brain, especially the forepart here, your frontal lobes of your brain, to be able to think and to reason things out. Because the middle part of your brain is doing all the oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay, and then whether it's stressing and all that, and then this guy has got to say, whoa, calm, easy there, big fella, whoa, whoa, okay, and take it easy, and you don't even listen to no music. Just, if you can put like a headphone on so you block off the sound and you're only listening to the ambient noise in the room or whatever, do that. And then we can do the next step, which is learning how to know the needs of your physical, your emotional, and your spiritual body. And by spiritual, I mean that this is the sum of all these things that are you, right? You have a physical body, right? And you see, that's the one. Then your emotional body, that's how you respond to information that's presented to you, right? Are you going to stress about it, or are you going to be nice and chill, right? Okay, that's a body in itself that you got to take care of, and it's all about how you manage those thoughts in your head, right? And to be able to separate what's good for you and what's bad, what's fact, what's fiction, right? You got to take care of that first, and then your spiritual self is the sum of your experiences. And I like to look at it like when you're driving a car. For those of you who drive, okay, you never just drive straight. You're always going to look to the side. You're going to look in the mirror behind you. You're going to turn your head. It's important to turn your head, look in the mirror, and look behind to see where you're coming from, where you came from, because sometimes by looking back, you're going to see, oh, there's just something that I missed that I should have paid attention to, and I'm going to learn to pay attention to it the next time I see it in my view ahead of me, right? And that's how you stay ahead of the game. When you're driving, you don't look close ahead. You look far away, because when you look far away, you can see how things are coming at you, and you have lots of time to make decisions to avoid any trouble, right? So for now, I'm going to call it an end to this Let's Talk session, open mic session. I will do another one at another time, but I do want you to take care of yourself, because I have more information that I want to share with you that will help you navigate clear and fear, not fear, but fear. Yeah, and brush up on my delivery lines, because this radio stuff is new to me, right? Because you never really see me doing this before, so now you do. So now you get to have a voice and a face to all those videos that I've been putting out there. And you know which ones I'm talking about. That's right, logos. Because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But, I gotta ease you guys into it because, yeah, y'all want instant results, but from what I've learned with people, no, that ain't gonna work. You gotta kind of ease them into it. Okay. So you take care, and I'm gonna figure out how to close this thing out because I think my screen refresh doesn't work, and it don't work, and I don't have a end video button or nothing, and I can't refresh my view. Yeah. So it looks like I'm just going to have to close it out. So take care, and we'll talk another time. Au revoir. Au revoir. I guess I have to try doing a force quit. Yeah, force quit. Bye-bye.